All right, today we are talking about the EC225 Super Puma fuel delivery system. On the right side, we have the blocks that talk about the different tanks that are in the 225. This is directly out of the weight and balance section of the Rotary Flight Manual. One thing you'll notice in the center here, there would be a number 6 tank. Due to us having the cargo hook, we can't have that tank installed. And as it says here, this is section 6.2, page 4 of the RFM is where these tank configurations come from. Over here to the tank, we'll start on the left side of the tank. We have a fuel quantity sensor. This gives us our signal for our low level light, which is at 90 liters or 156.5 pounds, and the actual fuel quantity and the high level light. Next to that, we have 2 boost pumps. These boost pumps supply fuel to the engines, but as you see, the line comes over and there's what's called a jet pump. So the fuel pressure is pumped through this line. It goes through the jet pump and basically creates a suction and takes that fuel into the longitudinal tank. So all the fuel that's burned through these engines goes through either the left longitudinal tank or the right longitudinal tank. Now, one difference between the left tanks and the right tanks, one of several differences, the left tank has one jet pump, and that goes into tank number 4. You see this tank number 4. The right set of tanks, there's a jet pump in tank number 7 and in tank number 2. There's a jet pump in each one of them tanks. And that jet pump, just similar to the left tank, just takes that fluid and dumps it into the number 1 longitudinal tank there. And each tank also has a quantity indicator to let you know if there's, and as you can see, right here, there's number 1. That's the high level. So if either any of these tanks are high on the console, you'll get an up arrow which indicates that the tank level is high. All right. So as we come up from the pumps, this arrow represents it's coming right into right here. So the normal flow of fuel would be up through the filter and right up through the center here. If there was an issue, say at 800 millibar differential pressure, we have a filter bypass that is over here. Here we have a pressure differential switch, and that comes on at 300 millibars. And then the pressure switch comes on at, so the filter switch comes on at the 300 millibars. The pressure switch comes on a differential of 150 millibars. Continuing up, we have a thermal expansion valve, as you can see from these different numbers over here. So we have the thermal expansion valve, we have the flow rate meter, and this lets our FMS and other systems within the helicopter know how much fuel that were burned at that time. Continuing up here, we have a pressure transmitter. Then we have a pressure drop switch. All right. Continuing up, if we had an APU installed, this is where the APU would receive its fuel. Then as we continue up, we have the fuel shutoff levers. So this is the actual valve that those levers control. And then we continue up to the engine. So above this in the engine was the liquid to liquid heat transfer. So the engine oil that's heated goes through a heat exchanger, and it heats up the engine fuel for better atomization of that fuel. All right, that is a EC225 LP fuel system in a nutshell. Thank you.